There are days in family life when faith feels far away. Not because you stopped believing, but because the storm just won't end. You wake up praying for peace and go to bed wondering if God even heard you. This story is for every mother, father, or child who has lived through those hardest days, when faith felt like the only thread holding the family together. Because sometimes, the power of family love doesn't shine brightest in our victories. It glows in the dark corners of our struggle. It started the year everything seemed to fall apart. My father lost his job at the factory, my mother's health began to decline, and the bills piled higher than the hopes we could manage. We were a family that had always believed in hard work, but hard work alone couldn't stop what was coming. I still remember that winter. The house felt smaller, colder, quieter. My parents stopped laughing at dinner. My younger sister cried one night, asking if Santa would still come. We didn't have the heart to tell her that even keeping the lights on had become a prayer. But my mother, she was the heartbeat of faith in our home. Even on the worst days, she gathered us around the table and said, "We will thank God for what we do have, not what we've lost." Her words didn't erase the pain, but they planted something stronger, hope that refused to die. She would read aloud from the Psalms, her voice trembling but steady. "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." At that time, I didn't fully understand. I just saw a tired woman holding a Bible with cracked leather edges and believing with all her might that tomorrow would be better. But faith doesn't always look powerful. Sometimes it looks like getting out of bed when your soul is exhausted. It looks like making soup from the last can in the pantry. It looks like loving your family even when you don't know how the story ends. Have you ever been in that place where you had to hold your family together with nothing but prayer? Have you ever looked into the eyes of someone you love and pretended everything would be fine, even when you weren't sure yourself? That's where faith is tested. It's not tested in Sunday comfort. It's tested in Monday's chaos. When the bills come, when sickness enters the home, when the phone call brings bad news, that's when you learn what faith really means. Maybe you've had those days. Maybe you're living one right now. One night, it all reached a breaking point. My father came home after another failed job interview. He looked defeated, shoulders slumped, eyes red. My mother sat at the table, too weak from her illness to stand. I was old enough to see the truth, but too young to know what to do. Then my father did something unexpected. He reached across the table, took her frail hand, and said, "Let's pray." No fancy words, no grand sermon, just raw, trembling faith. He said, "God, I don't have strength, I don't have answers, but I still have this family, and I still believe you're not done with us yet." Something sacred happened in that small, dimly lit room. My sister began to cry. My mother squeezed his hand, and in that moment, the heaviness lifted. Not because the problems disappeared, but because peace entered. That night marked a turning point. The next week, my father got a call. A local mechanic shop was hiring. My mother's health began to improve slowly. Friends from church brought groceries, not knowing our cupboards were empty. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was grace. Quiet, faithful, undeserved grace. Years later, when I faced my own family's crisis, when my marriage went through its hardest season, I remembered that night. I remembered my parents holding hands and praying through the storm. And I realized faith is not what saves us from hard days. It's what carries us through them. Sometimes God doesn't calm the storm. He calms His children first. Faith isn't about avoiding the valley. It's about walking through it, knowing you're not alone. And family, real family, is where that faith is lived out loud. The laughter after tears, the forgiveness after pain, the hope after heartbreak. Take a moment to think of your family. What storm are you walking through right now? And what small act of faith might be the light someone else in your home needs tonight? Lord, thank you for being faithful in our hardest days. Thank you for giving us families that hold us up when we can't stand on our own. For every parent praying in the quiet, for every child holding on to hope, remind us that you are near. We thank you for the power of family love, the love that heals wounds, the faith that grows stronger through trials, and the grace that turns tears into testimony. Even when we don't see the outcome, we trust the one who walks beside us. If this story touched you, share it with someone who might be living their hardest family days right now. Leave a comment about a time when faith carried your family through darkness. Your story might be the hope someone needs tonight. Subscribe to A Gift Called Family for more true stories of courage, love, and faith in family. Because no matter how hard the days get, the power of family love still stands. And when everything else fades, faith and love remain, holding us together, heart by heart, prayer by prayer.